Hey everyone. I just am extremely happy right now and I have some good news to share. I preached today in one of my classes and I'm loving school again. I know last month that I was really down on school, but right now I'm loving the program. I'm loving the seminary. I'm loving the professors and try not to be swept back and forth by feelings of emotion whenever things are hard, but just pushing through. And so yeah, had a great time today in class. Great sermon, got some good feedback. And I preached on a character in 2 Samuel chapter 9 named Mephibosheth, who he was a prince, but he didn't know he was a prince. And basically, he was living in poverty until the king at the time called him up and said, I'm going to restore you everything that's yours, that belonged to your family. And so here's all this land, and you can always come and eat at my table, and you can live in the palace now, live in Jerusalem. And so it's an amazing story of restoration and of how the analogy that I use, or the illustration that's stressed, I think, in that chapter is that just like Mephibosheth, you are also royalty. God has made you with a royal position, and you just need to realize it. And you just need to accept his invitation to being royalty and to eating at his table, at the table of God. So I hope that you accept your royal identity. It was a really great message to preach. I enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, I just got to glorify God today. I got my conscience to be clear because today I had an appointment with the VA. And for the past few years, I've been receiving a check every month for VA disability. And it's because I did sustain certain injuries when I was in the military. But over the past few years, I've healed. I don't have any injuries. I'm very healthy. I run marathons and I do gymnastics and I don't have any injuries. So praise the Lord, nothing that bothers me. And not only that, but when I was getting out, I exaggerated my injuries. So I did have some knee pain and I didn't have my full range of motion in my right knee whenever I left. And then some back pain and some neck pain, but nothing really out of the ordinary. And so when I was getting out though, I stretched the truth. I exaggerated and said, oh, my knee hurts a lot more than it actually does. And my back hurts a lot more than it actually does. And so I exaggerated the truth, which you can say that's not so bad, but technically it's lying. That is lying, is exaggerating the truth. So I did that, and it's been on my conscience for a year or two now, at least. I think maybe a year now, at least. I've especially thought about it the past year, and I thought, no, I need to take action on this. I need to tell the VA that I'm not a certain amount disabled, that I'm actually very healthy, and I don't deserve to be receiving all the money every month that they're giving me. So I had that appointment today where I got to tell the physician, basically I don't have any injuries anymore. Over the past few years I've healed completely, and in the beginning it wasn't even as bad as I said it was. And so I was super honest with her, and it was amazing. She was extremely blown away by my honesty and really encouraged, because she has a lot of meetings with veterans who mean well and who need help, and she has a lot of meetings with veterans who also exaggerate the truth and lie a bit about their physical status. And that's very discouraging to her, that she has to basically be involved in lying. And so I encouraged her, and she's also a woman who believes in God, and she is involved in a church, and she has been on a search for God. And so I was able to pray with her and encourage her, and even give her a few books. I don't have it with me, I put it away, but I gave her a book called The Great Hope, which is a kind of a compilation of certain quotes from the book The Great Controversy by Ellen G. White, who's a great author, and it's a great book, The Great Controversy. It's a big old book. I recommend anyone read The Great Controversy, but I gave this lady a kind of footnotes version of it, a smaller version of it, and we got to pray together inside of the medical office. And not only that, but I got to give the lady that works at the front desk a book as well called Steps to Christ. And that's a book that's changed my life in a lot of ways, Steps to Christ. And it's also by Ellen White, great author. And I said, hey, I don't know what your views are on this, but I asked her, would you be open, do you read? And she said, yeah, I read. And I said, would you be open to me giving you a book? And she said, yeah. And so I asked, and I wanted to respect her free will. I believe that's how God works. And I said, I don't know your views on this, but here's a book, and it says Steps to Christ on it. And she said, this is perfect. She said, she said she's been reading a book recently called The Snares of Satan or something like that. And I said, amazing. Like, I didn't even know she was a believer. But I was able to give her that book. And so not only did I get to pray and be an incredible witness to the lady who did the doctor who did the evaluation of me just now, and she was really blown away by the honesty of me coming back and telling the VA that I want a reevaluation, even though it means that now I'll probably receive $0 every month from the VA instead of the amount that I was receiving. That to me, a clear conscience is more important than any amount of money. And I believe that God will help take care of me financially. And so I'm glad. I feel good. I feel light. I feel like it's kind of a weight off my shoulders. And not only that, it was able to encourage the lady who did my reevaluation just now. And I was also able to speak with the secretary at the front desk. So anyways, I praise the Lord. I know my past couple videos, I've thought about taking down the videos that I've posted that I posted last month, because they're, I'm a bit all over the place in some of those videos, but I also gave good life updates to people that want to know about what's going on in my life. And I think that even if those videos were me at a low point in a lot of ways, that I would like to share those with you guys so that you can see that I have my low points as well. I have my doubts as well. Even as, a good guy, in some ways, with a conscience, and I'm training to be a pastor or some sort of minister. I still have my moments of questioning and my moments of doubt. And so I'm going to leave those videos up. And I'm grateful for how far God has led me in the past. And I don't know where I'll be in the future. Maybe He will call me to be more of a mechanic or more of something else. But I like gospel work. I like doing work where I tell people about God. Doing that full time is really exciting for me. So it may be maybe military chaplaincy. Maybe I'll be an archaeologist and I'll go visit the Middle East all the time and dig things up and get to have amazing adventures like Indiana Jones. Maybe I'll be some sort of teacher. I think I said military chaplaincy already. Lots of good opportunities within the ministry area. So I'm excited for what the future holds. And I'm going to plan long-term, plan for the future. But really, I think, personally, I think the world is getting a little worse and worse and worse, and a little crazier and crazier and crazier. And I know that other people see it too. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we have some sort of conclusion, some sort of end of the world, some sort of, I don't know what we'll see, a World War III, United Nations kind of movements, and even prophetically the second coming of Christ. So we could see all of that in the next couple years. I believe it's very possible. But until then, we keep living every single day like we should, so that we have no regrets, and we keep living with a clear conscience every single day until we know what to do next, and we don't go crazy, and we don't sell our houses or anything like that. We just keep drawing close to God and being true to Him every single day. So I'm encouraged. I hope this encourages you as well. I just wanted to share this story of a bit of an update with my life, and I'm grateful to the VA, and I'm grateful for my time in the military, and I'm grateful for all the great benefits they've provided me and all the great things they've done for me. And so this is not any shame at all in the VA. It's actually a confession on my part that I exaggerated and that I lied during the process. And so I encourage any of my military friends not to do that. Be clear to your conscience, be honest with yourself, and that's what matters most. So yeah, that's all I got to say. All right, love y'all.